So Muslims often say that there's a contradiction in the Bible, and they bring up their favorite verses: Second Chronicles chapter 22 verse 2 and Second Kings chapter 8 verse 26. That seems to talk about different ages for Ahaziah. So Second Kings chapter 8 verse 26 gives his age as 22 when he reigned, and then Second Chronicles chapter 22 verse 2 gives his age as 42 when he reigned. And so the verse talks about the same person. His mother is Athaliah and the daughter of Omri, king of Israel. Um, so that is what Muslims say is the contradiction in the Bible. But when we look at it, um, in the book of Kings, Ahaziah reigned. It was a co-regency with Jehoram or Joram. Jehoram or Joram was his father. Okay, so he reigned a co-regency with his father um, for 1 year when he was 22 years old. That is Ahaziah when he was 22. Then Jehu ruled. Ahaziah's father, Jehoram or Joram, died at the age of 40. So Ahaziah was 22, his father was 40. That makes sense. There was a co-regency. His father died, and the reason his father died, Jehu ruled in between the time when Jehoram or Joram died. Jehu ruled. Ahaziah's reign for 2 years had stopped because his dad was now dead. And Ahaziah went into hiding for many years because Jehoram was seeking to kill all of Joram's descendants, including Ahaziah. So Jehu, so his consistency. His father was, co-reigned with his son, just Joram, co-reigned with his son, Ahaziah, and then he died. And his regency ended. That's the first regency, because Jehu ruled. Ahaziah's reign for 2 years had stopped because Joram was now dead and Ahaziah was hiding for many years from Jehu, who was seeking to kill Ahaziah. So you can see that Joram, or because the H is silent, Joram or Joram was king, and the inheritance goes through his lineage, his sons. So the Arabians killed all of Joram's sons, but Ahaziah was in hiding, so he was not killed. Ahaziah was the only one left. And later on, after 20 years, he became the sole ruler at the age of 42. This King Ahab was the sister of Athaliah, and so which will make Ahab Athaliah's brother. Ahab's father is Omri, who was king of Israel. So Omri is the father of Ahab and Athaliah. In Chronicles, Chronicles picks up the story from when Ahaziah rules. It says Ahaziah becomes sole ruler after Jehu killed all of his older brothers, who are successors to Joram, and Ahaziah, who's the youngest of them all, again, but for 1 year before, he ruled with his father for 1 year before he was captured and killed. So when you look at it, there's no contradiction. What the real issue here is rather a lack of knowledge, a lack of insight, and a lack of context of these two verses. The Islamic narrative is hodgepodging and nitpicking and picking two different verses without understanding the historical significance or the historical evidence between the two statements, and then positing that to be a contradiction. So it's not a contradiction. It's rather a lack of knowledge, a lack and ignorance, and pure cognitive bias of lazy intellectual laziness. So there is absolutely no contradiction here with this verse.